it takes to, believe it or not, it's actually Halloween. Yay! But don't worry, there are no nasty tricks in store, only bona fide treats. So let's head straight to the green room to see who's joining us tonight. My spidey senses are telling me Joe and Katya are here. Yeah! There they are. Oh, it was splendid on Saturday. Joining them, the spellbinding Ruth and Anton. What a quick step. But before we chat to these lovely people, it's time for round 2 of Choreography Corner with Darren and Lilia. Everyone is loving having you back on the shows. Hurrah! Darren, let's talk about Aston and Jeanette's Paso Doble. Second on the leaderboard, but Craig was saying that Paso should not contain pop and lock, hip and hop, you know what I mean, street and body ripples. Do you think it was worth the risk?
Well, first of all, we watched it back several times. Yeah. And for me, it was more the speed of the music that gave it the energy that they had within the dance. For me, Jeanette choreographed an amazing routine, full of flamenco, full of Paso Doble steps, great shaping. You know, he uses his body in such a way. It could be misconstrued for a bit of hip hop, but for me, it was a classic, full-on Paso Doble and flamenco, and I just thought it was probably the dance of the night for me.
It was for me. I was like, more tens, more tens. So good. Well done to both of them. Let's talk about Pirate Johnny and Oti next. Lilia, Shirley said that it lacked body action and some movements weren't coordinated. What did you think?
I have to agree, it was a little bit disappointing, which is a shame because he's been doing so well up to now. He was a little bit stiff in it and a little bit square, and his body was so far forward that his weight was going forward, which gave him a little bit of a back posture. At this point, we're going to see a little clip, and he's doing a New Yorker section. And as he's doing it, you can see how square he is as he opens up. You see he's going to do it again. We're going to just pause it there. And I'm going to announce it's demo time.
Yes! That's what the people... Oh, yes, it is. Off we go.
So we're going to do the New Yorker.
Little stretch for the Bennett.
So what we see here, he opens up as a piece, full piece. So he's got shoulders, he's got hips, he's got knees, and it's all square. And his hand is here, so it's like Craig would say spatula hand.
Okay.
What I would like him to do is try to isolate his body. So as he steps through, he places the hand and then rotates.
Ah, it's those subtle differences. Yes. I love seeing you do that. Okay, let's talk about Alexandra and Gorka and their zombie tango, Darren. Darcy full of praise, saying it was terrifyingly good, and Shirley even went scouse and said it was dead good. But she didn't give her full marks because there were little mistakes. What did you think?
There was a couple of footwork errors during the dance. One that was particularly right down the camera lens for me. If you see from here, they're in promenade position. They're going to a fall away. She loses her footing there. That should be a heel pull. And then all of a sudden, Gorka has to do what we call in the trade, the grip and rip.
Sounds painful.
You have to go. Yeah. You have to go solid. You have to grip your partner and rip them into that next position. Now, the thing is, even the girls have to do that. Darren Goff, Lilia had to do that with Darren Goff for a whole series.
Yeah. We love you, Goffy. Love you, Goffy.
The point is that you can only do that if you have a partner that has, like we talked about yesterday, a core and a centre, so that they're nice and solid and you can move them where they need to go. If it's all loose, you can't create that movement. So it was a great routine, just a couple of mistakes this week.
OK, but she'll be brilliant again. Moving on to Susan and Kevin, the mother of all the dragons. Now, Shirley said that the Foxtrot is the Rolls Royce of dances, but that they lacked a little bit of grace and elegance. They gave them quite a hard time. What did you think?
Yes, I have to agree in this instance. Susan, I'm loving Susan. She gives it 100%. She commits herself. I think her and Kevin are a great partnership. They have, look, he's actually laughing there. He's having such a great time. He's actually laughing. Yes, you see there she skips and hops a little bit, so it's probably not as much of a gliding and smooth as a foxtrot should be. But listen, they had such an amazing time out there. She's entertaining. I love watching her. What more do you want?
Brilliant, exactly, thank you.
But I have convinced Lillian now, after watching that, to watch Game of Thrones.
Yes, good. Oh, Susan, you see, you're making couples happy all over
sold
the
it to
place,
me.
did she? It's not quite like that, just warning you. Now, last but by no means least, Gemma and Aliash and their jive, high praise from the judges, although Craig said it was a little bit lumpy. What do you say?
Craig there with another of his technical terms. Lumpy, yes indeed. For me, what makes standout jive is bounce.
Yes.
And whilst the knees and the legs are in the right position, they don't actually pulse and move. So on that standing leg, it's bent, but it has to look like a basketball.
Yeah.
It bounces up and down, and it's continuous all the way through. But to demonstrate that, it's demo time.
Yes!
Now, for this, sorry, I think you're going to have to join me.
Oh, dear. You sure about this?
Don't worry.
Okay, yeah.
We actually demonstrate this to children, so you'll be fine.
Oh, really? Thanks.
Okay. So what I want you to do, first of all,
Yeah.
it's all about having the body weight in the right place.
Okay.
So what I want you to do is march on the spot. Bring those knees up.
Okay.
Bring those knees up, and we march.
Marching.
Okay, and we march.
Join in.
Now, what I want you to do, as we bring the body weight forward for a jive position, you feel then the legs get heavier. And then we work into the floor, which means then we start to get the knee and action as we move. So the body weight's forward, yes?
Yeah.
And the other thing, again, we have to make sure that we hop on that standing leg, and the knee has to work continuously all the way
Got that
through.
action. It's all gone wrong now.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just me
we
doing
need
this, is
that.
it? Right, thanks a lot. What a treat it has been for us for you both to come back. Good luck with Dancing with the Stars in Ireland. We love you
Thank
to bits.
you.
Lily
Thank
and
you very
Darren. What a treat. Time now to welcome my next guest. They weaved their way across the dance floor at the weekend and managed to catch us all in a web with their sensational foxtrot. It's Joe and Katya.
I really loved the energy and drive that you provided.
There was wonderful moments when you sped up on those lovely pivots. Really impressive.
All the translation from the character into the dance were very, very well executed.
Joe and Katya are here. Oh, look, she's brought a spider friend with her. You just
Still living the spider
she's
dream.
never going to give that up, is she? Joe, can I just say that was epic
Oh.
on Saturday. You were
Epic.
You were amazing. We all absolutely loved it. How good was it for you?
It was good. I mean, it being Halloween and all, and it was a fantastic concept, and she comes up with a brilliant concept every week, as well as the odd good dance step as well.
The odd one.
No, they're all good, and yeah, I feel like I'm in really safe hands, and yeah, it went much better than it sort of had been in rehearsals, hadn't it?
You didn't love the dance, did you?
I didn't
you just
massively
did the
love
job.
it. Yeah. But then
Why?
it's very
What
different.
is it with Foxtrot?
The ballroom is it's difficult because you're stuck together, and if your foot goes wrong, it's very obvious because you're meant to be mirroring each other and going in the same direction.
Kept saying, oh, I'm sorry. I was like, I just keep doing this step. If you keep stepping on me, you know who's wrong.
And we were knocking knees quite a lot, and
Yes,
it's
because
not in a good
you're
way.
going through the knees or round
Yeah,
the
that's
knees.
the thing. Yeah.
Just loved some of the stuff you did though, like when you're twisting on the floor and she's dragging you in the. I mean, that
thing, yeah.
did not look easy.
It wasn't too difficult, actually.
It was allocating the jobs, wasn't it?
Yeah.
When we first tried, I said, well, your job is going to be to turn.
I was doing the
and then
pivotal.
I'll be pulling.
You were projecting.
But on Wednesday, I was a little bit poorly, wasn't I?
Yeah,
and I had no
that's
energy. I was just like, just drag yourself. I have no energy.
Push myself along, and it wasn't quite working very
It's good
well.
that you've got a partnership like
Synchronicity.
that. That's
Yeah.
what it is.
It's all about partner.
I do hope that someone is trying that move at home on the kitchen floor. Right
Send us
now.
videos.
How much fun did you have putting this together, though, Katya?
I mean-
Because it was so glorious.
Yeah, it's Halloween. It's brilliant. So we lose a little bit that fear of being, oh, we've got to do it properly and, gracefully. You can go a little bit more ugly in a way, It's Spider coming down as a main, Black Widow was brilliant.
I know, you were so
Dramatic. And you have all the costume and makeup, and you do
Yeah.
such a fantastic job.
And it's
so-
just putting together the things of what would the spider do. That's what I wanted to do all the way through the dance, to keep coming back
without
to
actually
it.
killing me.
Actually,
I'm
We
sure
left that little bit
mercy
out.
in the
That was all
end.
off screen. That
Yeah. Yeah.
I know. Oh.
It's fun. I love
But you
doing
did
it.
break, of course, very excitingly, the roller coaster curse.
Yes.
You
The terrifying roller coaster.
Eights across the board.
Yeah, we've had a couple of weeks now where it's gone well, and
little
fingers
bit,
crossed, touch wood,
yeah.
it's going to continue, because it was up and down, and I thought, is this the way it's always going to be? And it's not a nice feeling when it's gone well the week before and then it doesn't. So yeah, hopefully the curse has been broken.
Surely it has, because this week you have a dream dance. You have the Charleston.
Charleston,
I love it. Do you?
It's brilliant, and again, you can sort of throw yourself into it, and it's very characterful, and you can sort of play a role in it. But there's a lot of steps in there, and that has been my downfall in the past, remembering the steps. So we're running it quite early on. We were sort of running it yesterday.
And it's fast track.
Yeah.
You know, that's what normally has been trouble, is not enough time for Joe to think ahead if the track is fast. So it's like, oh, I can't think what's next. So that's going to be the challenge, which we hope to
rise to.
Yeah.
I love it. Look at finishing each other's sentences. It's a glorious
We
thing.
spend 900 hours a week together.
It is like being married.
Almost.
So much love for you. Online, Richard wrote, really looking forward to your Charleston. No, Tanya will have a killer routine, and that you'll swivel for England and Scotland. Just want to say, who is Tanya?
Yeah.
I think it
My
means
mum's called
Katya.
Tanya.
Is your mum called Tanya?
Yeah.
Oh, that's who you meant.
Interesting. I think we know what you mean, Richard.
I will swivel for Scotland.
Now, obviously, you're cramming as well, because you've got your day job, and didn't you have a little practice with Kay?
With Kay, yeah, we've been dancing around the words. Well, they're all like, teach us some bits, because now I've got some skills. Not that she would tell you. A little bit.
That's a lovely thing that you're passing on.
I'm trying. Yeah, I'm paying it forward. as
Okay,
they
we
say.
can have a little look.
Oh, no,
Here you
really?
are.
No. Yes, hang on. Once you get into
Oh, it's nice on this floor, actually. It's nice and sliding. I actually quite like myself.
Don't do it out of hours. We're not sure you're covered for insurance.
not insurance.
Will there be characters in this? Because Joe does great when there's a character.
Yes, we're actually playing wooden soldiers that come out of the cuckoo clock.
Of course you are.
It's all about cooking.
Very stiff.
Very stiff, but I'm assuring that you come.
We break out of it immediately.
Hopefully.
Oh, you're going to come out of a cuckoo clock. It cannot get any more
brilliant,
bonkers.
It's
this show.
brilliant. We even
really
tried
can.
the costumes. It's good. It's spectacular. It's
It's going to be
great.
good. It's going to be different. It's going to be very interesting.
Will
Yeah.
there be the
Cuckoo.
It Takes Two favourite Charleston move, the Flappy Bird?
We haven't actually got a flag
No.
have we?
Oh,
Honestly.
But we can do it for you now if you want.
Oh, go on!
It's a demo time.
It's a demo time. Go on, go on.
I don't actually know how to do it.
Do it.
Lance and Debbie McGee.
Here we go. It's over time.
It's
Oh, look at that! And that is the Flappy
it?
Bird.
I think
That's
that was it.
exactly it.
It's a Halloween
It's getting
pterodactyl.
good.
Yes, they did the demo
Now,
time
you
one.
did mention at some point there might be kilt wearing.
I would love there to be kilt wearing.
Well, we thought baby steps. Maybe you could wear a kilt here for us, and then it's
What,
just
tonight? You mean now? I
gesture.
didn't bring it.
Where is the kilt?
I'd love to. Yeah, I need to speak to Vicky and
Yeah, you
sort
probably
it
don't want to do
out.
a Charleston in a kilt though. That could
No,
get messy.
maybe not, because I am a true Scotsman, so it could be.
Oh, on that note,
Could be dangerous.
Good luck with the Charleston. It sounds
Thank
brilliant.
you.
Joe and Katya. So